Hi guys, good morning. I'm just waiting for YouTube as usual, and I'll bring Amanda in a second. Yeah, I'm just checking. I can see me. It's supposed to be. Let me see if I can hear us as well. Yeah, I can hear myself as well, so which is good. So, welcome to episode 17. It's been amazing.
And 1 and 7 makes the number 8, and 8 is the eternal sign
Oh,
of.
that's correct. Awesome. The infinite in there. So today is going to be like a very short one, which is good as well. Like I like the changes as we say, like everything is in flow and changing, and the waves that goes through as well. So on today's episode, it's just like a quick episode as well, where Amanda is going to share with us what we can do when things are like buzzing, and we do usually these episodes in the morning. So my mother was saying, like, sending kids to school and everything, and then some feelings, emotions can come up, and then we can go and dive into this little, I don't know how we're going to call it, meditation, getting a little bit calmer, however you're going to name it as well. So good.
Yeah. Oh, well, good morning. Thank you, Junior. So we were just saying that today, saying to Junior that needed to be a little bit shorter today, but it was quite appropriate that I did what I'm going to share with you now. I always do before I get up, but I was really calm in that wonderful place and very focused and feeling really centered in my body, and my presence was there. And then just little things were happening. Like, I've got really great kids. I'm blessed. But it was just tiny little, as we see, tiny little, just little bits that you're saying, okay. And what we want to share with you today, we're saying it's beautiful to do a deep closed eye meditation, to do that open eye meditation where you can just sit. But what we're going to share with you now is how throughout your day, so you don't have to take yourself off to do this. You don't have to be away from what's happening. It's just in that moment, just checking in with yourself. It's going to take some breaths. I'm going to go into my heart center, go into my body. How am I feeling? It's okay. Everything's all right. And in that moment, we can just almost like little patterns come in. We've clocked something that doesn't match the safety, the wholeness, the serenity, the calm, the trust, the value, the amazingness, the creativity, the magic that we are. And we're able to go, okay, there's a little something here. Just going to become present. And in that moment, it's amazing. The more we do this, how quickly that inner calm and stillness rises up. And then whatever's kind of going on, either within our heads or it is always within us, really. We think we're taking on stuff from others, but sometimes we might feel a bit like we're taking on somebody else's things. And we're able to just sort of, it's okay, everything's all right, and whatever arises, maybe a bit of defensiveness, a little bit of what, we don't always have to work it out in that moment. Just going into that space, it takes that place of, everything's okay. I'm present with myself. I'm self-partnering. I'm here. I know everything's okay. I'm a good person. My intentions are always really good. The world's good. Everything's here to help me, as Matt Kahn says. And whatever arises, love that. Everything's here to help me. Nothing's here as a punishment. But the more we can live our lives from that place of calm and stillness, then we can look at, what am I feeling in this minute? What am I thinking? What did that person say that just caused a slight, oh, hang on. Yeah, and then we know later on in the day, when we've got time, we maybe can go a little bit deeper with it if we need to. So, I just invite you now, so we don't need to close our eyes, because what we're going to do now, it might be times when you can do this when you're driving. It doesn't mean that you have to switch everything off. This is just, I'm just going to take stock. I'm very focused. I'm very alert. I'm very here. I'm just taking my attention out of that and any sort of contraction, and I'm just going a little bit deeper. So, okay, so I just invite you now to just, Just take a really nice, slow breath. And again, if you can nose breathe, that triggers us back into the parasympathetic nervous system. Nose breathing is where we breathe in that calm place. And this is a moment where we are choosing, going to be aware of myself. Just going to be aware. Just going to check in with myself. Just going to be present. Going to ask my whole energy system, hey, can I come and join you? Can I be with you? And that almost instantly resets our nervous system because we're saying, hey, I want to be with you. I want to be with all of you. And just take that breath. Nice, slow breathing. And you're very aware as I'm talking, I'm aware of what I'm saying. But as my awareness and focus has deepened into my heart, into my body, into the space I'm sitting in, I'm already checking into a place within me that's calm and still. And this is where the inspiration is. This is where the resources are. This is where the real energy is for us to live our days and get, and it's a real energy source as well. And that's where we might realize there are words we need to hear. It's okay. Nothing went wrong. There was a bit of a contraction there. That's all right. It's maybe just something that's ready to be held and healed and cleared. There might be some debris in your body that's just ready now, some cellular debris. It's ready now to be handed back over to source, for it to be recycled and turned back into life force, creative energy. So it might be a little fractured subconscious pattern. I did something wrong. Let me go into this place. Did I? No. Everything's okay. You're always doing your best. That might be something to look at. Okay, yeah, maybe that person did say something that without the defenses or the contractions, when I go deeper with it, actually that was a very valuable thing they said to me. Yeah. We can just keep taking those breaths. And then also we connect with that presence, that part of us, that higher part of us, the part of us that is always coming from love, kindness, compassion, but there's a wisdom there, there's a strength there, there's an inner power there. And this is something that I know Junior and I practice throughout the day. We're not saying we never have a contraction, we're not saying we never have a moment of, where am I? I've come out of who I am and I've gone off in some subconscious patterning or some belief. And that's okay. But the more you do this, the more you take that time throughout the day. And it takes focus, but we know that the more we practice focus, the easier it gets. It's a learned skill. But by choosing to do this, it's very powerful, hugely powerful, because we're saying, I am choosing to take care of myself today, in this moment. And in this moment, when you go to that place of calm and stillness, you realize everything is okay. There's a presence within that feels like you, but they're always very calm. But there's a joy in there. There's an inspiration, there's fulfillment, there's satisfaction, there's creativity, there's ideas, there's solutions. And by just going into that place, it opens up our frontal cortex. And that's where we receive clarity, ideas, solutions, helpful ideas, helpful words that we need to hear. So as I went into this space this morning, and I was doing as busy morning, getting the kids ready for school, and they walked to school. Nothing happened on the exterior that anybody would have noticed. It was just oh yeah, I didn't do that. Oh, and it was just a moment to, that's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. Your intentions are so loving. You're not here to be perfect. You're not here to get everything right all the time. It's okay. Nothing's gone wrong. That was a lovely little reminder of something that, yeah, actually, I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. And it just enabled me to just come back to taking care of me. And then in that place, you can then take care of others in a very wise, loving, compassionate, and powerful way, a very wise way, that there's no need in that then. So as my children went to school, just that 30 seconds of coming back, there was no reaction then. There was no, and I was in a place of calm. And we all left to school. It was very loving, very joyful, talking about our days, good stuff that was happening today. And we all left in a happy, joyful place. Yeah. Thank you very much for allowing us to share that with you today. And I really invite you to just throughout the day, and it does take focus and it does take practice, but I can assure you the more you do this, the more that light comes in. And then it just almost that light wants to be the dominant energy. Your inner power wants to be the dominant energy. Your inner compassion and wisdom, it wants to be the energy that you're living from.
Thank you, Manda. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
feel, just to wrap up, guys, I know how much you can start feeling, even a little, moment just to, breathe. And like Amanda was saying, you don't have to stop what you're doing. It's just a moment where you just bring your presence back inside to who you really are. And one thing you said, everything is here to help you. And we mean it, like in everything, including that contraction that came to you, including that, thought that feels wrong. Do you see? It's like, oh, and one thing I've been practicing this weekend actually, and it kind of realizes like even thoughts like, you're not good enough, for example, and then you just bring that kindly inside and like, oh, thank you. I know it's meaning something. It's helping me to, I'll bring to that, heart-centered place, and I'll embrace it and I'll feel it into it. If there's an anger or something, you just come back and bring that back to yourself. And you are becoming aware of, the thoughts. You create that space for you between the thought and yourself. And then you can take different steps as well. Just to share with you guys, like this weekend, I had a busy mind, and like there was a moment where Gabor was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "No, it's just my mind." You know what I mean? It's just playing it up, and
Yeah.
I'll be just, yeah, I'll be fine, and everything else is just like letting that space. And I hope you guys can feel with, the little, moment to moment, getting back to yourself, or meditation, however we're gonna name it, just getting back and getting used to that little mental hygiene that we can do throughout the day, let's say, in that way.
And it's wonderful because that busy mind will say, well, I don't want to give up being busy because I'm the solution. And then we can say to that busy mind, I know exactly what you're talking about, Gina. We can say to that busy mind, it's okay, sweetheart. You've done all the hard work. You're not on your own anymore. Let me show you a place where you're not on your own. There's loads of solution. There's loads of help. There's loads of guidance. You're amazing. Just gonna go back down here and invite you to come with me. And that's when you know you're safe. I'm going to take you to a place within us that you'd forgotten was there, and you're safe there.
Awesome. Awesome. Guys, so this was our little short episode number 17 for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. If there's any, questions, ideas, anything that came to you, of course, as always, you can comment below as well. Just remember to like our videos if you liked it. It helps us like to share it with more people as well. And I'll see you guys on the next episode as well. So thank you.
Lots of love. Have a lovely day. Bye
Bye.
bye.